What is up, guys? Pie Muffin here, and we are back with our Tales of Luminaria video. So, very unexpected. I was actually just busy for the last hour, and I didn't see this anywhere that it popped up. But we have our official release date for Tales of Luminaria. We know when it's coming out, and it's a lot sooner than I was expecting. You can see it right in front of you. The release date is going to be November 4th. So it's literally, that's a week from now. I don't know what time on the 4th it will be dropping, but it is dropping on the 4th. It's probably going to be like the end of the 4th because it's dropping on the 5th in Japan. So that mostly likely means, either middle of the day on the 4th or towards the night for us in the West. Oh, wait, no, never mind. I'm stupid. It's the 3rd. The Japanese version is releasing on the 3rd. So they're obviously not, connected. If you play the Japanese version, you won't be able to play with someone over here because they're clearly showing this as two different versions if they're releasing a day apart. But you know what is what it is. Okay, so yeah, I didn't even see it was posted right down here, but yeah, so it's releasing on the 4th. So I would say most likely it's probably going to be the morning of the 4th, because usually gacha games for whatever reason, decide to release, in the middle of the night, or close to the middle of the night, so that's kind of whatever. So, now you know when it's releasing. You can go to the App Store, whether you're on Apple or Android, and you can pre-register so the game will automatically download when the game goes live. Of course, I will be making content on this game. However, I've talked about this, on and off, how I wasn't really sure how I was going to handle content, but I've pretty much come to a decision. I will not be streaming the story for this, for multiple reasons. First one is, they're going to be releasing chapters once a week. And I'm not going to do a stream once a week for 45 minutes just to, cover the story. So, it is going to be in video format. It'll be like my other Let's Plays where I'll have, a playlist. And I'll probably just do, considering each character is going to have their own chapters, the first one I'll probably start with is, Leo, I guess. So I'll title it, Leo Chapter 1, whatever. Whatever it's going to be called or however it's handled like that. So I will have a playlist that will just, as they come out, I will be doing it like that. Now, to talk about some other things that has to do with this. How am I going to handle the first chapters that come out with the game, since I'm doing it in video format? Let's go over that real quick. Let's scroll down here. These are the 7 starting characters. We've got Leo, Celia, Lisette, Yelsi, Falk, August, and Alexandra. So, pretty much, the game will launch. Every one of these 7 characters is starting with 1 chapter. So, that's 7 chapters we're going to start with on day 1. And then every week moving forward, they're going to add another chapter. Not for everybody at once. For example, if they add another character, that'll be that character's chapter 1. Or if Leo gets a chapter first, he'll have chapter 2. So that's what they're pretty much going to be doing every week. Every one character is going to get a new chapter. Obviously it sucks if it's not a character you're working on. But the goal with this game, I think, is they want you to kind of eventually get to the point where you have all 21 characters semi-geared up. They are saying that it's going to be extremely free to play. So even if you have a character you don't really care for, but you're going to play through their story for the currency and just reading the story, it won't be as big of a deal. Honestly, most of these first 7 characters, I'm actually really interested to see their stories. So I'm probably going to be working on all of them. But my main focus will probably be, I'm going to guess, but Celia, Falk, and Alexander are probably the 3 that have my eye the most. But they also did have, there's a couple more things I do want to talk about. They did have a Q&A for the English side. I think it was just the English side because it was English questions. They covered a bunch of stuff, so if you want to check that, I'll leave the link to this down below. But some of the stuff they covered is, one, they said it was too complicated or something to or there were too many hurdles to go through to make it so that even if you're playing the English version but you want the Japanese voices to be able to do that. So as of right now, when the game releases, if you are playing the English version, you can only play with the English voices, which I'm sure a lot of people that won't bother because, you know, if you speak English, you know, you probably, you might like, you know, seeing the English actors. But there are people who speak English that do like the Japanese actors, but they did say if there is enough outcry for Japanese voices, then they may consider implementing it in. So I would say make your voice heard on their posts, and hopefully we can get the Japanese voices, because that's definitely what I would prefer. Obviously, I'm still going to play the English version because I want to be able to read it, but I would definitely prefer if we could get the Japanese voices as a choice, because, you know, another thing they talk about is how they would like, you know, at some point to add these characters to the other mobile games. So they want these characters to come to, like, Tales of the Rays or Christoria. So, you know, the whole thing with that is if you add these characters to those games, they're going to have Japanese voices anyway because there's no English dub in Christoria. So we would be getting used to the Japanese voices anyway. But yeah, so I'll leave the link to this Q&A down below. Some interesting stuff in there. Another thing was like, oh, you know, someone was asking, you know, oh, I'm worried about it shutting down. You know, Tales of the Rays only lasted, you know, less than a year. And they kind of dodged the question. They didn't exactly address it, but they were basically saying how, like, there's plenty of stories they want to tell and all that stuff. So in a way, they were kind of saying, like, don't worry, there's a lot of stories we want to tell, so you shouldn't worry about it shutting down. But they didn't directly say, like, oh, this isn't going to be like Tales of the Rays. But we've had Christoria for almost a year and a half now, and it's still going, so I wouldn't be too worried about Luminaria. But other than that, I think that's pretty much everything I want to kind of talk about here. Game launches in a week. You know, expect chapter videos right when the game comes out, as well as other things. You know, I'll cover, you know, kind of what's going on in the game. But I'm very excited to dive into this. And it'll be interesting because this will be my first, what is it, vertical? Yeah, vertical game that I'm kind of, because Asteria is vertical as well. I think I'm saying that right. Vertical, horizontal, whatever. So I will have to create a different kind of layout for this game because obviously it's not going to fill up the whole screen. Because with all my other games that I cover, it's all horizontal. But yeah, so Tales of Luminaria, 1 week from now, very exciting. And let me know which character you are most excited to dive in with. Obviously, you know, I would guess most people are going to say one of these 7 characters because these are going to be your 7 starting. So which of these 7 characters are you going to dive in with first? I think they did mention in the Q&A that I think the first, like, prologue thing you have to do as Leo. But I think after that, then you get the option of choosing which chapter 1 you want to do. I think I'm either going to go with Celia or Alexandra for the first chapter that I decided to do. I haven't decided who yet, but those are the 2 I'm looking at the most. But other than that, that's pretty much it. So let me know what you guys think down below. Don't forget to subscribe for more if you're new to the channel. I'll see you all next time. Have a wonderful day, everyone.